Welcome to Centauri Stir Fry. Stir Fry here. How the heck are you? Keeping it 50, as always. Today we're looking at something really very cool to me. This is a very awesome piece. I love this thing. This was the very first larger scale piece I ever got. The very first one that I ever saw in hand. The very first one I ever saw in person. Man, this is the Destroyer Maquette. It's from the Thor movie. I got a decent deal at the time. It's not the exclusive. The exclusive came with a print. But here's the box. I think this box is freaking, it's awesome as hell, man. I mean, this is like just full-blown heavy metal. I love it, man. It's just great. This really cool flames coming from up here, the beam from the movie, you know. This really cool logo, man. It's great. I'm gonna have to get some pictures of this. It's very cool. Boxes aren't done like this anymore. It's just very cool art. I really dig it. And it's really hard to see, but on the side, it's like his armor is back to just spikes and the ridges of the armor. Man, of the Destroyer armor. Back, the same thing, just a Sideshow. Really hard to see, but there's spikes everywhere. Very cool. And then, you know, the original graphic just kind of comes, the armor comes back through here. So let's get this thing open, man. This was the first one I ever had, and I only have it displayed for a little while, and I ran out of room. So, and now that we got we've stolen the kids' room, and we've confiscated it, planted our dork flag, and we've taken it over. Now that he's in college, let's see what this thing looks like, you guys. Freaking awesome. Very exciting for me. So. You know, zip zip. The Weekend Watchman mom. So yeah, Thor fan, Destroyer fan. Only problem is the space in that vest to where it's going. There's no freaking way I'm looking at it right now. Ain't gonna happen. So this is a problem, a major problem. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to be honest. So I'm gonna have to keep it 50 and tell you that I have a lot of things in storage. Unfortunately. I really do. I got a lot of things in storage, and it's unfortunate that I don't have the room to display them all. And I'm really going through some things, weeding out some things. I'm going to be selling a lot of pieces, but I can't sell this. This is like the first quarter scale, and I love the simplicity of it. It's great. So here's the bottom of it. It's got a little light up feature, little eyes shine. That's cool. A little graphic of the Destroyer. I guess this is by Legacy Effects or whatever. I don't even know if they're still around, but it's a very simple rock base, and it's kind of sandy. I don't know. The button's right here to turn it on. It's kind of hidden. It's like in the rock thing. And the nameplate. Some people don't like that nameplate, but I actually like it. It says Marvel Studios Thor Destroyer. Can't beat that name. And this is like a traditional, very cool, true statue where there are no parts. It's kind of like the Thing, man. Or the regular edition of the Thing. It's just two freaking parts. There's a base. There's a freaking statue. Very large. Bigger than I remember a statue. Man, I love this guy. It really sucks, man. There's not really nowhere to put them. Oh, man. Okay, this video is going to make me cry, perhaps. I'm not too, I'll admit it. I'll cry over these things sometimes. They don't work out. But here he is, man. Look at it. Look at the size of it. Freaking awesome. Okay, so there's like a peg here. It goes into the electrical source. There we go. Cool. Okay, that's it. Okay, here's the Sideshow Collectibles Destroyer Maquette next to the Blackest Night Batman Pop. Here's a look at the base. We've got like a rocky, sandy, desert-style base, which is, pretty cool. And then you've got this nameplate here, which is pretty nice. I actually like it. I think it's pretty classy. It's like metal. It looks good. I think it looks good. I don't think it takes too much away from it. Then we come around here, and we've got the boots, or the feet. I mean, there's really not any boots. Some dust, like some speckle on there from the desert, which I think looks pretty good. Man, I really dig it. Oh man, what the fudge? The hell is that? Man, where's my makeup brush? Yeah, it was just okay. False alarm. It was just styrofoam. I think his spikes dig into that styrofoam. For a minute, I thought one of the spikes was broken off. Holy crap. Freaked me out. Okay, as we move it around over here, here's the button for the light up effect. It says on and off. There's a little sticker that says on and off. You can take that off. No problem. Yeah, it's just a little, it's hidden little button. I think it's pretty cool. Like a hidden little gem. I actually like the rock formations here. Pretty neat. I like the way that's done. I love that there's no freaking like cylinder base or an octagon base or a hexagon base or. It's so great that there's just like I'm talking about like a freaking standard rock base to the floor, and that's all you need. I think it's great. And here's some more dust. There's a little bit of dust here. So there's little paint variations. There's almost like some, almost like a, I can't tell if it's just reflective because the metal's like, or the armor is like a really, like a gun metal. So I'm not sure if it's reflecting off the mountain. Or, it looks like there's actually kind of like a light tan wash. Pretty cool. And then we work our way up to the to this armor, and it's looking fudge cool. It's like a, you know, it's like a super heavy metal S&M costume. Like I'm kind of thinking that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby had some kind of weird bet where they would just make like a weird S&M. I don't know. It just seems like maybe Kirby was into some weird stuff. I don't know why it's putting off that vibe to me. It's kind of got like a Hellraiser vibe, but it's also kind of heavy metal. I know there wasn't any metal back then, but I'm just wondering, like, what was Kirby into to come up with this thing? I mean, this looks like some weird bondage costume. That's just what I've always thought that. I don't know. It's kind of it's weird. Like there might be the hidden life of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Who knows? But really, I dig the color. The paint is great. It's just like, it's more true to the comics too. It's not necessarily like from the movie. It kind of looks like the comic version, like the color scheme, like a gunmetal, more classic, like medieval kind of vibe or whatever. I love it. It's reflective. Maybe it's not picking up, but it's this really nice reflective gunmetal paint, and it does have some sparkles in there, or whatever you call it, like a fleck, a flake. That's what it is. Not sparkles. What the hell? Oh man, I've been in a house with women way too long. I think it's really good. There you go. That's the Destroyer Heine. That's standard. That's standard issue Destroyer armor. That's enchanted. That's enchanted bottom. Pardon my French. Yeah, it's really cool. I like all the spikes, even though it looks a little, you know, it looks a little dirty. Now we're working towards the back here. Very cool. This is like the first thing I saw. I remember this. I think it was previously open, but when I got it, it was, you know, it was used. It was on display for a little bit. But what blew me away was just the back. I mean, here's the Infinity Gauntlet, which is pretty big. But, yeah, I've never really seen anything like that before. Just huge, freaking heavy, crazy statue. And it blew my mind. It blew my freaking mind. The musculature is really cool on this thing. I think it was like very well done sculpt. It's like subdued, but it's like just like almost near perfect anatomy. I love it. And the spikes rock. I mean, if they got any sharper than that, I mean, you'd poke your eye out, right? There's a really cool look at the fisted side of it, and all those nifty little spikes. Man, that styrofoam freaked me out. Really thought it was chipped. Like I put it in there wrong. Freaked me out. Yeah. So this Guardian enchanted armor of rage here that Odin developed. You know, in the movie he was like a giant, but really this is like something that Thor has worn and could wear. Loki could wear it. If you're not out there killing and maiming and using it to its full potential, it will turn you into somebody who can. So it can actually affect your mind. Pretty cool. Let's go up a little higher. A little higher. Here's a look at the cool face. And of course, the original one had like just the same shape, but it kind of was right over the face. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. This is close enough for me. I don't really need a classic comic book destroyer. I mean, I think this is as close as probably most suits get in movies. I mean, I'm not sure if they get any better than this, in my opinion. That look at that. It's cut off. There's no brain in there. He's just a sickening, you know, killing machine. And it's really cool. Like I think it was the Simonson run. It was earlier, whatever, where they actually use the Destroyer. They gave him Odin's sword, and they basically sent him up against some Celestials. So that's cool. I mean, this thing actually fought Celestials. I mean, gosh, that's pretty darn impressive. So, Destroyer can kick some serious butt. That's why I'm not sure why they didn't just use this armor to take out Thanos. I mean, why didn't Loki or Thor or anybody, I mean, somebody can be trusted, go get this Destroyer armor, Odin's sword, maybe some Yarnborn, whatever that killer axe is, and go to town on Thanos. That'll be a really short movie. You don't need 2 movies to explain this. I'm a rambling fool, but I really dig this. I think it's really cool. Here is a look at the light up effect, which is not really great or grand. It's very subtle and it kind of flickers, which I think is kind of cool. It's just like a very subtle effect. But what's cool is when you get down in there and you look, you see the inside of it. It's like a hollow shell, right? It's just a hollow shell. Like this is just animated anger. That's all this thing is. It's not alive. So you can see down there. I'll have to get closer. Okay, there's a kind of, I'm trying my best to show it, but you can actually get down in there. You can kind of see inside of it. It's kind of hollowed out. So it's pretty sweet. Like there's no like a plastic shield in there. You can actually, you know, maybe like hide some dollar bills in there if you fold them up really nice. It's very cool. It's hollowed out and it's kind of giving it that look that, you know, there's nothing in there but spite, venom, and, you know, some really cool protection spells. Before we cross that rainbow bridge, we're going to do a quick size comparison between the Sideshow Collectibles Destroyer Maquette and the XM Studios Classic Thor, which, for my money, this Thor right here is my favorite. Bar none. Easy. Just final thoughts. I love the simplicity of this design. It's sleek. There's a base. There's a statue. There's a very subtle but effective light-up feature. And that's all you need in a statue. And I wish more statues were like that, where people could just commit to a design and bam, you're good. And there's just so many switch outs now. It's just like, give me a freaking statue. Okay? I digress. That's it. Here they are together in case you're thinking about purchasing either one of them. But that's going to be it for this episode. It's Atari Stir Fry. Whatever. Remember, spade and neuter your pets, and Magny do is right. We'll see you next time.